need to talk. Because tell me why junior designers, hell, even mid-level designers, tell me why they can't find a job anymore. And when they do find one, right, when they find that coveted job posting, the job is underpaid, overworked, and requires 5 years of experience for a junior level position. This isn't a coincidence anymore. This is a crisis in the design industry, and today we're going to break it down. But before we get into it, be sure to support the show by giving this episode a like, leaving a comment, and of course, by subscribing. This is Ziggy the Designer, the show where we talk about the world of graphic design and the people who make it move. Design is all around us. We might as well talk about it. So I was scrolling LinkedIn this week and I saw a post from a designer by the name of Maddie Dom. She screenshotted a job listing for a junior graphic designer, and guess what it said? Here, I'll pull up Maddie's post here. I have it on my phone, but you'll see it on your screen. She writes, "Dear hiring manager, I would like to speak with the person who nodded their head and said this was an appropriate amount of experience for a junior position." That's junior in all caps. I want to let them know that this is not only an insult to graphic designers without amount of experience, but also to young creatives like myself who are currently struggling for air in the endless ocean of applicants, grasping for a lifeline to pull them up into a decent boat of people that care, only to see unrealistic job postings like this. And now I'll put the job posting on the screen right now too. The job summary writes, "We are seeking a detail-oriented and highly skilled junior graphic designer," bolded, right? Junior graphic designer with over 5 years of hands-on experience in graphic design. 5 years, right? You read it on the screen just now. 5 years for a junior level role. I damn near dropped my phone when I read that, because it's not that that job exists. It's that this situation isn't rare. It's the norm now. This is the world young designers are entering into. Maddie Dom, she's an intern right now, and she's entering into this job market looking for a full-time job. She's being told, they're being told, we want fresh ideas, hungry minds, emerging talent, but also you better have half a decade of experience, be fluent in After Effects, Figma, Adobe CC, and oh yeah, can you animate too? Now let's back it up for a second, right? Let's breathe here. Junior designers are essential. They're the backbone to any creative team. They bring the new energy, the experimental thinking, the trend fluency. They're the ones making the TikToks, while the senior team still thinks Instagram stories are cutting edge. They build the decks, they fix the layout, they make everything pixel perfect. They really grind on these teams. Those entry points are being slammed shut. The roles are disappearing, or worse, they're being renamed, reshaped, and totally misrepresented in the job market. So now what we have is this. We have, junior level jobs asking for mid-level experience, and those mid-level jobs paying junior level salaries. And this, it isn't just frustrating, believe me, right? It's not just frustrating. It's discouraging an entire generation of designers before they even get started. So how did we get here? Why are creative departments so hesitant to hire actual juniors? And why are they cheaping out so hard on mid-levels that they're calling them juniors just to save a buck? Well, I have some reasons here, and I have a list actually. So let's go down this list. Number one, we have do more with less syndrome. Clients want everything faster, cheaper, and in more formats, right? That pressure trickles down, and suddenly you've got one designer doing the work of 3, right? You got print, motion, web, social, all on one person. Companies think they're being efficient. What they're really doing is setting people up to burn out. Second, we have internships. They just aren't enough anymore. Internships still exist. They're still doing their thing. I'm not saying that they vanished, but here's the issue. As we all know, right, most of them are short-term, mostly for the summer. Some are unpaid or barely pay at all. And most importantly, none of them magically get you 5 years of experience. The pipeline used to look like school, internship, junior designer, grow. Now, that jump from internship to full-time just feels broken. People are coming in with solid portfolios and internship experience and are still getting ghosted. And when they do land a role, it's technically a junior role, but the company wants senior level performance for junior level pay. The gap is wide and it's getting wider. It's like you're running a marathon and being told the finish line moved 3 miles further while you're on the final stretch, right? That's what entering the design world feels like right now. And the third reason, fear of training. Let's call it what it is, right? Fear of investment. Hiring managers want people who are plug and play. No training, no onboarding, just drop them into the fire and expect results. Here's the catch though. No one becomes great without coaching. I mean, look at Tom Brady, right? 6th round pick in the NFL draft, 199th pick to be exact. Everybody said he was scrawny. I think an NFL scout called him the beanpole from San Mateo. No one was expecting anything of him, but he had great Bill Belichick, right? The great Bill Belichick to coach him up to become arguably one of the greatest NFL players of all time. No one becomes great without coaching. And if you won't take time to mentor your juniors, don't act surprised when your pipeline dries up. Now listen, I'm going to be real with you, right? As I always am, right? I'm always real here. And that's what you get on Ziggy the Designer. That's what you get on this channel. But I'll be real here. I hate this. I despise this. I hate that the industry knows that this is a problem and yet nobody in the industry is stepping up to fix it. Designers, right? We're some of the most vocal people on the internet, right? Take Maddie, for example, who inspired this episode, right? We are so vocal online, and yet when we're put in a position to actually fix things, crickets. Pay people what they're worth. Give juniors a chance to be juniors, right? Stop asking for unicorns with 5 years of experience and 10 software platforms under their belt for an entry-level role. This isn't design. This is exploitation. And if we can't get this right? If we can't fix something as basic as paying people for their labor, then we're never gonna fix the larger issues in this industry. And we all know there are larger issues in this industry, right? We have class inequality, racism in hiring, toxic creative leadership, unpaid overtime, gender pay gaps. And that all stems from one disease, treating creatives as expendable. And the worst part, this isn't just a big agency problem, right? It's happening at boutique studios, startups, nonprofits, and even tech companies. We talk a big game, right? We designers talk a big game about design changing the world. But maybe we should start by letting it change the hiring process. But hey, how do you feel about junior designers getting locked out of the industry? Are you someone who's experienced this firsthand? Are you a creative director trying to do it the right way? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Big thanks to Maddie Dom for her LinkedIn post. That's all I have for you. Be sure to support the show by giving this episode a like, subscribing, and of course sharing this one out. I've been Ziggy the Designer. If there are 2 things you need to know about me, it's that 1, I love design. And 2, I'm very opinionated. I'll talk with y'all later. Bye-bye.